Whoop. Alright. Hey, it's been a while. It'll be a while. Let me start over. There's a nice storm coming. Ice. So, I might die. You might never see me again. Probably not, though. But if it's a while before you see me again, that's the reason why. Not that I'm particularly good about doing that anyway. But here we are playing Dark Souls again. We're going to see what we can get up to today. I almost wonder if I shouldn't go back and kill those gargoyles. Because I feel like I'm a little under-leveled at this point. And I've been skipping a lot of stuff. Oh. Oh no. Yeah. Am I even going the right way? Yeah, I skipped a lot. What was I doing last time? I skipped everything. I just jumped through the whole game. I just spent 2 hours dying and then running past every enemy. By the way, if my hair looks bad today, just think about something else. I'm always aware of when my hair looks bad. I always know. This time it was semi on purpose. A lot of the time it's just because, I usually can't really be bothered to fix my hair just because of streaming, I usually don't really consider streaming to be the same as going out and seeing people and being out in public, even though I probably should. I don't usually. So, that's the reason why my hair. That, and I've always had a pretty toxic relationship with my hair to begin with. I've never really known what to do with it. Today, though, I was trying to see if, actually for the past several days, I was trying to see what would happen if I didn't wash my hair for a while. Or at least see what would happen if I didn't use shampoo for a while. It's not the first time I've tried this, but every other time I've been unsuccessful. My hair just gets grosser and grosser and grosser, and then eventually I just give in and I have to wash it. This time, I've made a few adjustments. The last time I tried it, I switched from using soap, shampoo, to using just water by itself. And what happened was my hair got really weak and limp. And I went for, I think, 2 or 3 weeks like that, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And so I stopped. Ugh. I have to get back into how to play this. And this time, though, I was kind of thinking, well, maybe the reason why that happened is because the water itself was too corrosive. Because water is actually very corrosive, and it's not particularly good for your hair or for your skin. Even if it's cool water, like room temperature or lukewarm, it's still not very good for your skin or hair or whatever it is. So even though I switched it up for, I switched up the regular shampoo for water, it was still not good because I was overdoing it. Usually when I wash my hair, I found that like using a really gentle shampoo is the best. I mean, you can use conditioners, you can use all kinds of stuff to make your hair as good as possible. Eventually it just gets to the point where it's more expensive than you would ideally like it to be. Okay, he killed me. And after a certain point, you just get sick of buying all these products and things, and you just want something simple. And so I found that the thing that works the best for me is to get like a really weak shampoo or a gentle. We'll use the word gentle shampoo. Now the shampoo that I've been using lately isn't. It's more in the middle. It's not quite as rough as. I would say it's in the gentle realm, but it's not as good as. There was a period of time where I was using a really gentle shampoo, and it worked great. It was the best shampoo I've ever used in my life. And I ran out of it, and my mom bought me some shampoo that was not the same brand, not the same product, which works, but it doesn't work as well, and I've just never really bothered to tell her about it or go and get any myself. Plus, I don't even remember what the old stuff even was. I'm ashamed to say. Because for whatever reason, I was just not paying attention. But it was something like protein infused, like really, really gentle protein infused. Just like something that, just like everything on the bottle was like, this is the most gentle shampoo for sensitive hair, for sensitive little boys. It was like that kind of thing. And it was by far the best that I've ever, it gets your hair clean, but it didn't damage my hair. Like every other kind of shampoo that I've ever used has noticeably made my hair too dry. And they're like, yeah, that's what conditioners are for. And I'm like, I get it. I've used conditioners. I've used many, and it didn't help. It was one of those things. It's like, why am I spending all this money on a conditioner that only helps a little bit? So that sort of was a part of my hair journey. And found that the thing that works the best is just something that is just use the one thing. It's not a 2-in-1 deal. It's not a shampoo and conditioner. It's just a shampoo, and it's really gentle. And you don't need a conditioner because it's so gentle. I'm dead. No, I'm not. No, I'm dead. I hate this game. I hate this game. I hate Dark Souls. Oh. So, should I turn the light on? I actually feel really warm. I opened the window because it felt warm, but it's not helping. My stream room is always a totally different temperature from the rest of the house. So now I'm in here. Ideally, I would just be nude, like this dude right here. But I would not be Twitch's friend if I did that. Actually, I think I'd just be more embarrassed. Because I'm really fat and hairy. Not that there's anything wrong with being fat and hairy, but definitely not in fighting shape. But hey, you know, body positivity. It could be good. It could be good for the egos of, I don't know, men. Fat dude representation. This weapon feels really weird to use. Feels really weird. So I'm sick of fighting this knight guy up here. But I have to fight him to get to the... I want to see if I can kill the... rapier. Okay, go back to the longsword. Maybe this one's gonna be broken. No, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Ha 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 ha. Let me get around you. Anyway, but I think that people, you know, the reason why I'm not washing my hair isn't because I'm, you know, trying to look disgusting, is because I had the thought of, and I had this thought years ago, but I had it again, sort of rediscovered it, and I thought to myself, you know, what did people do before they had shampoo? Which is a question that everybody needs to ask themselves. You know, what did people do before shampoo? And the obvious answer is, well, they didn't have any shampoo. And if you ask a lot of people that, they'll you know, they'll just be like, well, everybody had gross hair, is inevitably what someone says. And I just want to know what it's like being that person. You know, like if you and I feel like most of you are this person, where you genuinely feel like that's the real answer to that question is, well, they just had gross hair. I died! No! Man. I mean, think about what they had access to. They had access to hairbrushes and they had access to water. And that was it. There was no such thing as shampoo until people invented shampoo. Of course, there was soap, but I'm not sure if people used soap on their hair. I mean, maybe they did, but they would only do that if it turned out well. There had to have been a point in history where people were just using... they just had their natural hair just hanging out, hanging loose, and also didn't have any shampoo or anything. That is really, really helpful. I would like to make that a part of my life always, please. Wow, look at how helpful that was. Are you kidding me? So the question is, you know, if shampoo doesn't exist until modern times, and why do people need it to clean their hair with? Shouldn't the hair be self-cleaning? Shouldn't human hair be self-cleaning? I mean, if all they had was water and hairbrushes up until, you know, the 1950s, then, I mean, where's our head at? I mean, sure, you can say that maybe there were groups of people that genuinely just had gross hair. That's probably somewhat true. But I think, you know, if you have access to running water, there shouldn't be anything in your hair. First of all, why does hair even get gross in the first place? I guess it's like the natural oils from your scalp is what I've been told. And also, you know, that's the thing that makes the most sense. And so the next obvious logical question is, well, why? Why does your scalp have so much hair? Wow. I'm dancing. Why does your scalp have so much oil in it? You know? And it's like, well, okay. To take care of the hair. Obviously. So why are we cleaning the oil out of the hair if the oil is meant to take care of the hair? It's meant to take care of your scalp. It's meant to take care of your hair. So why does it seem like there's too much of it? And that was why I started washing my hair with just water. And I thought that it was a failure at the time. But now looking back, I'm realizing I think the problem was I was washing my hair too much. Because I thought, you know, I have to keep my hair as clean as possible. So I was washing, you know, to compensate for the lack of shampoo. So I was washing it more thoroughly and and more often. And it didn't take very long before my hair just sucked. You know, and it didn't look good, and it was kind of embarrassing, and I was like, wow, that was a total failure, and I couldn't logically suss out what the problem was. And the only real conclusion that I came to was just that I was washing my hair too much. So this time, you know, I decided that I was going to commit to not washing my hair at all. And then when my hair gets too gross when it gets like when it's like way too far. It's gone way too far. It's way too gross and way too disgusting. That is when I'm gonna rinse it with water. Wash it, thoroughly. So that's why my hair looks like it does, because that's what I did today. And it's still a little weird, but I've also been brushing it very thoroughly. So it's possible that I'm brushing my hair too much. That might have a negative effect. And I basically just started. Like it's at the worst point now, or it was before. It was at its grossest point this morning, or maybe last night. And then I just absolutely washed it like crazy, just with tap water from the shower, and ended up with what my hair looks like now, which I still feel like it's a little weird, it's a little clumpy, it's not quite right. So I don't know why. So we'll see where that goes. And it definitely has more body than it normally does too, when it's like fully clean. This guy is so annoying. I just want to get behind you, because I got to get past this dude and get to his boss, his friend, his employer. I'm just going to go. Because I need to figure out how to kill this wizard thing. Like... Basically, the point is that, in a lot of ways, we've been tricked into certain hygiene. It's possible that we've been tricked into certain hygiene habits by companies that are trying to sell us products, and that it actually wouldn't be better to do certain other things. But it's really tricky because you run the risk of becoming a disgusting slob that everybody hates. But I had totally forgotten that I was a streamer. Because no one was supposed to see this. And I don't really think it looks that bad anyway, but no one was supposed to see it, so I wasn't really worried about what it looked like. But then I got on stream, I was like, oh man, they're gonna see my hair when I got on stream today. I was like, I messed up. But oh well. Yeah, I'm kind of curious as to why. Well, see, what happened was that I did the wash and rinse thing, but I have yet to do but I have yet to brush it. That's the other thing. I have yet to brush it today, and I can't decide whether or not I should brush it first and then wash it out, or what. I don't know what to do about that. Run. I thought that was him. Oh, he's coming though. Let him go. Oh, they're all coming? I didn't expect that. Why are they all coming? Come on. This sucks. I don't know what to do about this. He's gonna get me though. Oh, I'm stuck in the corner. Oh, jeez, Rick. Why is he running? Running, running, and running, running. Seriously, why is he running? Look at him. What, he knows that the, he knows that this room is bad for him? And he sure does. He knows he knows what's up. Get out of here. Get out of here. Running, running, and running, running, and running, running, and running, running. Nice. I'm getting sick of that bell. I am genuinely getting sick of that bell. Is there a purpose to that? Is it like there's 72 hours left? I've heard lots of reports from people who, they just like give up showering for a while. And that one's really risky, because no one wants to smell bad. But I think that one's really interesting. I like how this guy is actually stuck, because they're pushing him. I just realized that. I didn't think I was going to survive that. You guys are the worst. Ow! How did he hit me? Is he just too quick? So I was told that these guys don't respawn. I'm hoping that's true. I need that to be true. It looks like they're all gone. Haha, I got you. Haha. Uh-oh. I need one of my spears. Don't you dare go down there. Stay up here. Stay up here. Please stay up here. I dodged you. I didn't even really mean to. You stupid. What? I'm not gonna finish that. You stupid. Where's that? There's someone else up there. It's like another night. Can I just attack him? Oh yeah! I got him. I did it. I can't believe I did it. I can't believe it. I can't believe that worked. Go. I'm still being chased. I bet. Can I even level up at all? No. Okay, let's go kill one more guy. I'm actually kind of surprised at how easy these have been. I feel kind of dumb for avoiding so many fights now. These have been actually surprisingly easy. You're still alive. Come on. Sorry for burping into the microphone. I've gotten in the bad habit of burping constantly. I don't know what it is. I think I'm just like, I've got too much air in my stomach. It makes me feel uncomfortable, and then I'm like, I gotta burp. I have no choice. Because I've just got too much air in me. Okay, let's see. What do we need more of? Strength. Definitely strength. It's not even a question. Okay. Now we gotta fight all those dudes again. Man. Well, I mean, not really. We can run past the mage. I actually don't know if the mage will come back. The night guys do. Actually, you know what? I have yet to kill these guys over here, so I really need to do that. Wow, except there's 3 of them. Okay. Ah! Where'd you guys come from? This game, man. There's no way. There's no way I'm gonna be able to kill these guys without dying. There's no way. There's no way. Look, there's 3. I can barely kill the skeletons. Look, they're healing. That's so lame. I'm starting to get dry throat. My throat's starting to get dry. Gotta get some water. If I can kill all these dudes, it's gonna be a miracle. I'm on a cliff. I'm on a cliff. I'm a ledge. When did you take damage? I can't get behind them if there's 2 of them. Although weirdly it's easier to hit them. I think it's because I'm not locked on. I'm not locked on to this guy, so he doesn't really know how I'm gonna hit him, it seems like. It's like Dark Link from Zelda Ocarina. Ooh, it almost killed me. Of course. Because of this stupid sword hitting the column almost killed me again. After all of that, it was almost that. Oh, and this guy's still alive. That's nice. Let's go back and kill him before he kills me. Like he almost just did. And he is now. I think the reason why Dark Souls is difficult is literally just as simple as, like, we were never meant to do this. Like, the human brain is not built for this. So of course it's difficult, you know? There's no one in the history of humanity that has ever been able to do this kind of thing. There's no analog, you know? There's no, like, human... Like, there's an analog... Mario Kart, there's an analog for kart racing, right? Even driving is kind of an analog for Mario Kart. Or Call of Duty, you know, it's the same as... Duty! It's the same as being a soldier, you know, in a war. But this is nothing. No one ever did this. No one ever did this and survived. It's just not possible. This is so frustrating now, because I feel like I actually have a chance to kill him. Oops, I did not mean to kick him, but I did. I did kick him. I can't believe I'm fighting two of these guys at the same time. How did he just... What? That was weird. Ah, it's really easy to get them when they do their... Slurpy slurp. Come on. You know you wanna. You know you wanna. You know you wanna. You know you do. Yeah, baby. Oh. Tell me that was only 200 souls? That? Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. I can get you. I can get you. Unlike the other guys. I can get you. Like them guys. Whoa. Alright. Somehow I feel like I deserved that. It doesn't bother me that much because they were only 200 souls. So it doesn't bother me that much. I think I need some water. I should have brought water here. Why didn't I bring water in here with me? Is this safe to drink out of? Why do humans need water in the first place? That's stupid. We need so much water. There are some, like, cats in the desert that literally need, like they need water every, like, 2 weeks. You know? Like desert creatures. Every 2 weeks. But you and I, we have to drink water constantly, all day long. Can you tell me what's happening in here? Alright. I'm getting some water. I'm back. I even brushed my hair for you guys. I was in the bathroom and I was like, you know what? I can just brush my hair. I can just do that. I don't know if it looks better or worse. Probably worse. Ow. It's made my brain hurt. I need to remember that my water's on the floor. There was one other time where I streamed and I put water on the floor like that, and I totally forgot that it was there, and I went and I got another water because I was like, I don't have any water. You know, this game is a lot more fun when you're actually making progress. I'll tell you what. Makes a world of difference. This is another guy. Why are there so many guys? Can I see your secrets first, guy? There's something in there. Ooh. Wow, look at the lighting. It's superb. Whoa. Oh man, come on. I just want to appreciate the decor. This feels like a pyramid. Hello? No. Okay, didn't know that would happen. You're stuck, huh? I don't really have a way to change that, I don't think. Especially since my insides are out. My insides are not. Haha! So who is that guy? I didn't even really totally pay attention to what he said because I was too busy dealing with the zombie men and zombie nights and Scooby-Doo on Zombie Land. Okay, so let's go back and fight these dudes. See how well we can do. Ow! Hey. So where's the other gargoyle? There's supposed to be two. Okay. I just got hit. Oh, I got hit again. I got hit again. Oh, he swings so much. So much swinging. What a lad. I did barely any damage to him. This is such a demoralizing game. The tourist demon wasn't hard. It wasn't hard. Well, maybe it was supposed to be. But it wasn't really. But I'm not using the same strategies, and I should be. Excuse me. These enemies, dude. I can't take it anymore. It's tough to find time to heal during a boss battle. Also, I think that would help if I kind of knew what to do about that. Jeez. It's really hard to get a hang of some of these button commands and stuff. Okay. They said that one was going to be hard. The gargoyles. They said it was going to be hard. There's supposed to be two of them, though. Why are there not two of them? And I should change weapons. I should change to the Morningstar. The Morningstar is slightly better. So we'll change to that. We did pretty well with the Claymore, but it felt so awkward to use that I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of that. Or not the Claymore, the was it Halberd? Felt way too weird to use it though. That's the thing, like you get used to one weapon and then you're not used to that weapon. But you have to like graduate to it, you know? Come on! Jeez! I absolutely did not expect those two guys to hit me. I don't know why I didn't. I could maybe use a bow on the gargoyle, but the gargoyle's been pretty good about getting in close to me. Oh, another heal. Come on. Did that just... Don't tell me that just hurt me. I have no idea what's going on in this game ever. I'd never know. It just goes by too fast for me, man. It goes by too fast. I'm not good at games anymore. You know how like old people get bad at stuff? Old people get bad. I need to turn the volume down. I think that would help. Just focus on the visuals. Old people get bad at stuff as they get older. You know, old dog, new tricks and all that. I'm starting to feel that. Is that something that's possible at 25? I'm starting to feel that. Because I go into these situations and I'm like, I don't know what to do. You know, I feel myself freezing up when I fight bosses and enemies in this game. That I don't... Like, these guys... well, I don't know. Before I learned that you can stab them in the back. Just get out of the way. This sucks. Thank you for that design choice. This game needs some of that, like, Outer Wild stuff, where, like, when you get to a certain point in the level, you can bypass everything. That's what this game needs. I think this game kind of needs that desperately. Because I hate having to go through the same areas over and over again. That would be a pretty good solution. I feel like that would be a good, like, sacrifice or compromise for people. Because I really feel like that's kind of the way to go at something like this. Because this is so frustrating. Like, this guy getting in the way like that is so frustrating. I know they did it on purpose. Obviously they did it on purpose. But it's not annoying the first time through, but it's annoying like the 15th time. It is unacceptably annoying. It's unacceptable. Because it feels sort of artificial in a way that I can't quite describe. Like, games are supposed to be difficult. But that's kind of this whole game. This whole game is... They just made a hard game, and they were like, whatever, stop complaining. And I'm like, no, I don't, I want to feel like I can at least do it. I want to feel like I have a chance, right? I don't feel like I have a good chance. I'm doing something very wrong here. Can I climb that tower, maybe? Yeah, I bet I can. I bet I can climb that tower. I don't know why it took me so long to even think of that. But it's little moments like that where I find myself second guessing myself a lot. Because there's a lot of tricks in this game where you can kind of cheese your way through things. And so when I find myself getting frustrated, I'm like, well, maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I just need to look around. I have such a character flaw too, in that I feel like I need to prove myself with, like, I'm so bad at sort of skill-based things in general that I feel like I need to. It's always that guy. He didn't start giving me trouble until this last time. I feel like I need to prove myself with the skill-based portion of this game, but at this point I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. It feels like it's something that when I was, 13, I could have easily been good at this game. But for some reason, I just feel like I don't have it anymore. I just, like, my brain just atrophied, and I can't, I'm not who I was. So, there. Or you know what? Maybe I never even had it. It feels like I should have it, though. Okay, let's see what happens when we go this way. I don't know why it took me so long to think of this. I'm stuck here. You can get stuck in this little corner? I'm starting to feel like I'm being gaslit by the gaming community. Because I know that if I went online and I started complaining about Dark Souls, that I'd be torn apart. Absolutely torn apart to the core. Why did he still hit me? Why did he still hit me? Sometimes the roll in this game works and sometimes it does not. Don't think I haven't noticed that. And I'm sure it's my fault. But it doesn't feel like it's my fault. I feel like this game is asking unreasonable things of me. And yet, the gaming community loves it. Oh, and also the gaming community will call your masculinity into question if you don't do well. And even remotely think about complaining about this game in particular. Which sounds like a very healthy relationship to me. Can I just go down there? I mean, what's stopping me from just jumping down there? That's where I came from, though. Would I have died? How do I make this game fun? How do I make it fun? It was fun up until I started dying again. What if I just have a tumor in my cerebellum? That makes it so that I can't do things. My motor functions are lacking. There's so much space there! Just go through! Just go through! Ugh. This game sucks! And everybody loves it, but it sucks. Jeez! Did you see how much space there was there? I'm fine. Move. Sometimes he freezes. And I'm not sure why. Did you hit him in the leg? Does he freeze? These boss battles are so hard because you can't, like, break away to heal yourself. Is there an item I can use that, like, heals me automatically or something? I'm sure there is, but it's in some hole somewhere that I was never going to find on my own. But somebody's still gonna come on the comments and be like, well, if you had just... Okay. I can throw knives at it. I have all these keys and I don't know what to do with them. No clue. Would armor help? It seems like it never helps. It seems like armor doesn't help. Oh, I have things. I can boost my defense. Or that. I can do that. I'm wearing that already. What's the small increase of HP. Is this better? How do I know if it's better? Use it. I can't use it. Oh, what do I gotta... No. Why would I want to drop it? Change order. What does that even mean? What does that mean? What does it mean? What is going on? I hate menus. I hate menus in games. Jeez. It's fine. It's time to go into dissociative mode. It's time to dissociate from all this. That's what it's time to do. This guy's in the way. I die every time that guy blocks me. There he goes. He's doing it again. There's a chair in my way. No, it's fine. It's fine. It was good. That was a good chair. That was a, that chair was an opportunity to learn something about myself. I'm giving myself cognitive behavioral therapy to deal with Dark Souls. I just want to know where the other gargoyle comes from. It's so easy to get flustered. I feel like the game is almost set up that way. Where you have to run through all those enemies to get here, and it's almost like it's designed to make you mad, like well before you even get to the boss. So by the time you get here, you're so flustered that you can't even think straight, which is what happens to me every time. I'm just like so stressed from trying to get past all the enemies that I can't function by the time I get to the boss. But yet everyone loves that for some reason. Everybody loves it. It's perfect game design according to everyone and their mom. Clearly, and I get it, you know. Everybody's like, wow, you're bad at it. You suck. That's why you don't like this. And yes, that's true. Even though it hurts to say it, that is true. Clearly, I am genetically inferior when it comes to whatever this is that we're doing here. I will be the first to admit it. And I don't know who's to blame. Maybe no one. You could maybe blame the fact that I never really was on a sports team as a kid. I would sometimes play sports with my friends, but I was never on a team. I never played any sports ball because I was bad at sports. Lack of coordination, I believe, was what the adults called it. I don't like the Morning Star. Am I dead already? How are you supposed to heal? I feel like that's crucial. How are you supposed to heal? How am I meant to heal? Doesn't matter how many Estus flasks I have if I can't heal. Oh, hey, I'm actually doing a lot of damage. And I'm dead. Even though I rolled out of the way of that. Even though I absolutely rolled out of the way. I still died. But it's a perfect game. It's still a perfect game. I think the dogs are barking at me. Get out of the way, please. Please, just get out of the way. Just move. What makes it worse is that when I try to hit him, my weapon hits the wall. Like, that is the thing. So is the Morning Star actually good? Can't take this anymore, man. I'm not having fun. I'm not kidding. I'm not having any fun. What did that just say? better than the Surely the gargoyle axe. Unable to wield the what? I hate video games, man. I hate like new age video games that have things like stats. I hate stats. I hate menus. I hate numbers. I wasn't meant for this age, man. I wasn't meant for this video game age. Stupid. It's not my thing. Stats? There's nothing I love more than stats. Move! I was having so much fun with this a second ago. Why did I choose to have a Twitch channel and only do things on it that made me look bad? I'm starting to really second guess that decision now. I'm starting to reconsider all my life choices. I'm stuck on something. I should be playing games that I already know how to play. Why did that hurt me? I don't get it. Why did that hurt me? I rolled towards him, and I rolled right when the weapon got to me, and yet it did not matter. It did not matter. I get frustrated when, like, it hits you on, like, the haft of the weapon and it still hurts you. Like, that's why I'm upset. Just because, like, see, like, I just got hurt there. He hit me with the wood part, though. Like, why did I get hurt when he hit me with the wood part? That is a wooden weapon. That shouldn't have hurt me. Shouldn't have even felt it. I guess he's a big monster, so, you know, that's why. And it's like, okay, if we're going for realism, he should just stomp me with his foot and I should have no chance. I'm surprised it didn't hurt me just then. Oh, it did. It did then. The second swing. I forgot about the second swing. I should have remembered that part, even though this is I've been playing this game for 3 hours and I've only fought him 4 times because I keep dying on the way there. It's so weird that every other game that is frustrating in any way, people hate those. But this game is frustrating and it's not fun. I'm not having any fun And yet this one is the one that, like, if you don't like this, then I mean, people hate you. People genuinely hate you if you say anything bad about Dark Souls on the internet. Like, for it being hard or whatever. Get out of my way! What happened? I don't want to be a Twitch streamer if this is what it's going to be like. Just straight up. Like, it's one thing for me to, like, overcome something. Like, maybe you could be like, oh, that's what this is about. I'm overcoming... Look at this. Cool game. Is there something else we can play? Is there something else we can do? Because I'm sick of this. I'm genuinely sick of this. How do I turn the screen off? This is another thing I find really frustrating, is that it takes you to the main menu, and you have to do this to get to the quit game button. Like, what? Well, I think this might be it for Dark Souls. I mean, I'm probably going to keep playing it on my own time, but I don't think I can stream this anymore. I think streaming it kind of takes the fun out of it a little bit. because, well, for one thing, I mean, I don't like people seeing me fail. So, I would like to think that I'm more mature than that, but I don't think I am. I think I don't want people to see me fail at this over and over again, mainly because, it's not great content, but also because it is genuinely embarrassing. So I think we're done streaming Dark Souls. I think we're going to start streaming something else. Hopefully something that isn't frustrating, because we had Outer Wilds before this, and then this. And Outer Wilds was really frustrating in some ways too. And so 2 super frustrating games in a row. And then we even did Getting Over It right before that. So that's 3 major games in a row that have just destroyed me. Even though Outer Wilds was really good, I feel like streaming Dark Souls, I'm still going to play it on my own time because I do like some of it. Because like I said, we were having a great time at the beginning before I started dying over and over again. We were having a great time. So, but it's really difficult for me to stream and also focus on the game at the same time, because I'm always kind of, if I was gonna fight that gargoyle boss on my own time, I would probably be totally silent for an hour straight before I finally beat it, and that doesn't make for good content, and I don't want to stream it either. I know a lot of people would be like, well, just stream it anyway. Just play it and be quiet and stream it anyway. But it's not the same. It's not the same as actually being alone. If I was alone, then I there's something about knowing that people are watching that makes you worse at the game. So even if I just recorded it and uploaded it later, I would still be worse because I would still know that someone else was watching, even if it wasn't right then. So it does affect your ability to play the game, and it affects my enjoyment of it. Because if I was to go out and practice shooting free throws, I would not want people to watch me do that, because I'm not particularly good at free throws. But even if I was, I don't think I would want people to watch, because I'm for one thing, I've always struggled with things that required coordination, or at the very least, those things are humbling. And if I have any character flaw, I would say it probably has something to do with being humbled by stuff like this. So, like I said, when I was a kid, I was really bad at sports. I was bad at most things when I was a kid, but I was bad at academics when I was a kid. But that's because I had ADHD and I couldn't focus. I was smart. I was a smart kid, and I learned a lot, and I retained a lot of information from class, and I could regurgitate it on tests and things. But I wasn't able to focus well enough to do particularly homework. Seat work was okay. Sometimes I would be bad at seat work, but homework was where the problem was. Because, when I was at home, I just couldn't focus well enough to do homework. ever. And I don't like the concept of homework either. The fact that children are expected to have their entire lives revolve around academics, especially when academics are mostly a waste of time, is a horrible thing to do to children. I understand that education is important, but you can separate education from the specific kind of academics that we do here in the United States. The curriculum in the mainly school in the United States, at least, is just an excuse to keep kids away from, to keep kids out of trouble, basically. And I fully believe that is the purpose of school in the United States, is just to keep children away from, doing whatever it is that the grown-ups don't want the kids to be doing. It's just sort of it's a way to control children of all age groups and sort of keep them in their little box. But I do think education is extremely important. Extremely important. But I don't necessarily agree that our education system is education at all. In fact, I feel like it's quite the opposite. It's really more of a. I feel like prison is kind of a strong word, but it's really more of just it's a box to put children in to keep them in line, so their parents can go to work and make the almighty dollar. And maybe one day that won't be the case, but that being said, the homework problem is somehow even worse. Like, that's bad enough, but the homework thing is somehow even worse, where it's like not only does the entire day revolve around school, which is a waste of time anyway for the kid, but you get home and your whole night has to now revolve around homework, even though you're surrounded by your siblings and television and Mario games and who knows what else, family drama. You have to have dinner. Most kids have extracurricular activities. Which I guess extracurricular activities could count as recreation. But also a lot of kids, the only reason why they ever played sports or whatever was just because their parents wanted them to. Practice piano, play sports, whatever. A lot of that stuff is also a waste of time in some ways. Not always, but sometimes. And that's really unhealthy for children, to have so much of their day revolve around academics, especially when A, it doesn't really pan out to much, and B, the whole purpose is to sort people into class based on their academic ability. And then the worse that you are, the more likely you are to be homeless and end up on the street and starve to death and live a horrible poverty-stricken life. Like, that's the logic of schooling. It doesn't really... Sorry, it's noisy outside. It doesn't really pan out that way for most kids. But that was, that's the initial logic, which is incredibly dehumanizing, especially for children. The fact that people do that to children is like, wow. That's like That's like it's borderline treating people like cattle. And it's especially apparent if you grow up with something like ADHD. So if you have a totally neurotypical brain, most people who have a totally neurotypical brain usually love school, or at the very least, they're tolerant of it, ambivalent towards it, and they don't really see the problem with it inherently. But if you spent your life growing up with a neurodivergent disorder or whatever, you're acutely aware, especially if you're like me and I wasn't diagnosed. I was not diagnosed. No one cared. Even when I was getting all F's and everything, no one cared. You're acutely aware of how dehumanizing the whole system is. And also how wrong it is. Sorting people into groups based on their academic ability, the logic of which is supposed to be that academic ability translates to job competency, is wrong and very stupid. But then the fact that job competency is supposed to be connected with, your productivity? Is that the word? Like how much you matter to society? Is also extremely illogical. And the fact that we have this system that revolves around that still to this day is like, you've got to be kidding me. The whole thing is completely backwards and terrible. And it's also funny because it doesn't work. I guess you have a better chance of getting into college if you have good grades, but I didn't really have that problem because I had terrible grades, but the school that I went to had a college attached to it. It was a Christian school. I went to a Christian school all the way through, and we moved down here because my sister needed to go to college, and so we moved. We happened to also have some money issues at the time, so my family moved here because my sister wanted to go to college here, and we followed her to college, basically. And then the college, the Christian college, had a K through 12 school attached to it. And so I went to that K through 12. And so by the time, if you go all the way through from basically, I started in 4th grade. I went from 4th grade to college. You basically get grandfathered in to the college if you go through the whole system, even if you have horrible grades. So I don't actually know what happened. I don't know what would have happened if I had tried to apply. When I graduated high school, I had like a 1.4 GPA. Well, that was the scaled version of the GPA. I think my actual GPA was like 2.1, but they had like a rougher scale, so I was a 1.4 based on the more unforgiving scale. But that wasn't really because, I got a 25 on my ACT, which is like top 20% of the country, which isn't like amazing, but it is definitely better than what you would expect from someone like me. So I think that would have helped me a lot. I don't know. I think colleges. I think that would have helped me a lot. Because it meant that I did learn stuff. But that I just wasn't very academically inclined. Or mainly I just didn't do my homework. Because I had ADHD and no one diagnosed me, so of course I didn't do homework. My brain knew that it was a waste of time and took the controls. That's kind of what ADHD is. I think it's really funny when people are like, maybe you should have paid attention in school, and it's like, no, that's not. The way that ADHD works is that it controls you more. Less of your brain is under your control than a neurotypical person. So what's interesting is that it's actually, from a certain perspective, a advantage, because it takes your brain away from stuff that isn't actually important and sort of focuses on stuff that is more important, which is something that I find really fascinating about ADHD. Is that usually people with ADHD, people think they're lazy, people think they're this, people think they're that, which affects them very negatively. It's a very negative mental health issue. Self-esteem is usually really low. Like, my self-esteem growing up was always, absolute rock bottom for a lot of my growing up years, because of not being very good in school and that sort of thing. And adults treating you like garbage because of it. A lot of adults do, because, people can't help but make it a moral issue for some reason. If you just weren't so lazy, you could do this or do that. But in my perspective, when I look at it, it's more like, the subconscious part of my brain understood that, homework was, at the root of it, a waste of time. Even though the conscious part of my brain didn't understand that, my subconscious mind did. And sort of was unlike a neurotypical child, who has an element of control over their own, mental faculties, that my brain instead sort of like took the reins from me and said, no, we're not going to let you do this. We're going to decide what you can and can't pay attention to. And that's sort of how ADHD works, is that you have less control over your subconscious mind than a neurotypical person. And in a lot of ways, that's a advantage, because it meant that I spent a lot more time focusing on things that were important to me, even if they weren't always important to everyone. It was stuff that was important to me, which is also what allowed me to pay attention in class, because there were a lot of subjects that I genuinely was really interested in. And that stuff stuck in my mind, and I still use it on a regular basis. Of course, every once in a while, there's something like spelling that I wasn't particularly good at. I got C's. I got C's in spelling. And guess what? We got spell check now. So it's almost like my brain knew, like, this isn't really important. Like, learn it, but you don't have to be perfect, because, spell check. So it's sort of like redirecting your mind towards things that your subconscious tells you is important rather than what your teachers are telling you. Because as it turns out, your subconscious mind actually knows more about what is genuinely important than, the almighty elementary school teacher who, like waggles their finger at you and tells you, like, you need to pay attention to this because this is important. It's actually, your subconscious brain actually knows better. That they have absolutely no idea what they're talking about, and that, it does. So I think that's really interesting. That's not to say that, if you find school boring, that you should, refuse to go or not learn anything. That's not what I'm saying. But as it turns out, a lot of that stuff is kind of a waste of time. Yeah. What else? Why did I start talking about that? I don't remember why. I have a lot of trouble with fine motor control these days. I'm taking a antidepressant that makes my fine motor skills bad. So sometimes it's hard to do stuff like drink water. Because it requires like really precise like movement. I think I need more water. I actually might just call it a day. You can probably tell I'm pretty wiped. Yep, I'm really wiped. So I'm gonna head out. I think I need to head out because at this point I think I need a break. I think I need to go self-care myself. Just like for mental health reasons, because I'm pretty wired at this point. So I'm gonna head out. See you guys later.